company out there. So the next company to go down the path is Chick-fil A. We just hired a VP of diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is right from their page. Chick-fil-A Inc.'s commitment to being better at together means embedding diversity, equity, and inclusion in everything that we do. They actually hired somebody to come in here and do this to Chick-fil-A. I mean, it's all over Google. Like, just Google it. I'm just going to say this once, Chick-fil-A, you are a Christian-based company going down this path, which means you sold out, and that's pretty crappy. Honestly, I quit eating your sandwiches when I found out your Chick-fil-A sandwiches have like 30 plus ingredients, but that's another story. Chick-fil-A obviously didn't get the memo from Bud Light, Target, and the North Face. How you feeling about this?
A notoriously conservative fast food chain is going woke. They've gone from Chick-fil-A to Chick-fil-Hey! And the conservative right is having a meltdown on Twitter over it. Meet Eric McReynolds, new VP of DEI, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for Chick-fil-A.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you can see there in the video, that Chick-fil-A has gone woke. Well, I think that this is not longer a surprise. I think that a lot of these companies are woke, and we are just finding out all of them that are coming to the surface. Now, I understand that we can't boycott all these companies. It's almost bloody impossible. But what we can do is at least try to keep ourselves from doing it. We don't need Chick-fil-A because we can just make our own food. For the most part, it's harder when you have stores like that could carry food that goes woke, because well, you need to buy from that store to be able to sustain yourself with food, or feed your family and stuff like that. So that there are things that we can boycott and things that we can't, things that we can't boycott and things that we can. Some harder than others, obviously. But I think that we're reaching a insanity point here. That Chick-fil-A is going a little bit insane. And by what I mean by that is this video kind of just shows the reality and what they want to deem us to be. What white people should do for black people. I horrendously disagree with this notion that white people should do this for black people, because it's just showing that white people should be slaves towards blacks by the actions that this man is just saying and doing. Take a look at this.
Here, but a story that was shared with me by a dear friend who shared with me about a revival that was taking place at a church in Texas. And at that revival, on the front seat was an older African American man that was sitting there. And this young man got up that was there in that service, and he'd been so gripped with conviction about the racism that was in that local community in a small town in Texas that he took a shoe brush and he walked over to this elderly gentleman and he knelt on his knees and began to shine his shoes. And tears began to flow in that service. It was an attitude of conviction. So I invite folks to put some words to action here. And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just go right on over and shine their shoes. And whether they got tennis shoes on or not, maybe they got sandals on, it really doesn't matter. But there's a time in which we need to have, some personal action here. Maybe we need to give them a hug too, brother.
And some stock in Chick-fil-A.
But I bought about 1,500 of these, and I gave to all our Chick-fil-A operators and staff a number of years ago. And so any expressions of a contrite heart, of a sense of humility, a sense of shame, a sense of embarrassment, beget with an apologetic heart, I think.
Yeah, so that's what's going on there, and let me put it this way, so for anybody that is white that can understand, you don't need to shame yourselves to make yourselves appear that you care or like black people. You don't need to do this. What I would say that you should do is treat everybody, regardless of race, with some type of respect. Probably learning a little bit from the Japanese might go a long way here. Now, obviously, I can understand in some areas some people are saying they're two-faced or what have you. But at the very least, respect should be the highest order. And this is not respect. This is honestly making yourself look like a fool and doesn't help you at all. I think that doing what this man here is saying, that you should co-opt yourself to being a slave, because if we all know that black people were forced to do this during slavery of their own accord. They were not necessarily allowed. There was no like saying yes or no. There was forced, and you shouldn't have to do this. We don't force a group of people to do something for another race. Respect is of the highest order. Respect can go a long way, and doing so and not doing so leads to other issues. This man's insane. He's an idiot. Don't listen to him. But what I would say is that we have that Chick-fil-A goes woke, commits to diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda. Chick-fil-A's statement: when we combine our unique backgrounds and experiences with our culture of belonging, we can discover new ways to strengthen the quality of care we deliver to customers, to the communities we serve, and to the world. We understand that getting better at together means we learn better, care better, grow better, and serve better. Chick-fil-A incorporates and commit to get better at together means embedding diversity, equity, and inclusion in everything we do. No, it doesn't. Because having diversity, having equity, and inclusion does not work in a majority of cases. You just need to hire the best people for the job, and that's it. I do not want you picking and choosing who for your job is, that just because of their race or their sex or what have you. That does not solve or fix any of the problems. What I want is to have everything be okay. I want best people for the job, regardless of race. And if there happens to be more white people or more black people better suited for the job, or more people of that particular race in the job, then so be it. That's fine. If they're great for the job, perfect. Pick them up. Otherwise, don't give me this DEI BS. It does not work for me. On Tuesday, Chick-fil-A revealed it was appointing Eric McReynolds to serve as the new vice president of DEI, prompting many fierce reactions on Twitter from conservatives who say the fast food giant has officially gone woke, per the New York Post. The restaurant was at the center of controversy in 2012, when the restaurant's chief executive officer, Dan D. Cathy, who is now the chairman of the company, made a series of public statements that appeared to oppose same-sex marriage. Now, the restaurant has caved in on its values, going all in on DEI talking points. It was recently revealed that the company's chairman purchased shoe shine package for store managers, which is apparently meant to remind them to feel contrition, humility, and shame and embarrassment for the history of slavery throughout the U.S. And again, as I said before, you guys do not have to do that. You do not need to have slave embarrassment for the U.S. Because, one, you people, white people in particular, have not done any form of slavery even back in the 40s. All right, that was not even a case to be thought. Now, maybe if you go back to the early 1900s, yeah, sure. But for the most part, there is no single white person of today in today's society that has anything to do with slavery. And the fact that we're going to go and say that white people should have some type of embarrassment or humility for black people because of slavery is asinine. Because you guys didn't do anything. You don't deserve this. You guys also don't deserve to have to pay reparations either. For what reason? You guys didn't cause slavery. You guys didn't do slavery. You all denounce slavery in every single regard. That's it. Full and true. And I believe that's the majority of you. Now, I think that maybe some of you will probably don't. And I'm not saying my viewers do, but there are some white people that are actually true racists. And to hell with those white people, right? But that's not the majority. And I think the majority of white people are good people, non-racist people, and non-slave people that ever want to have slavery at all in their lives. And to paint all white people to have this type of thing is complete atrocity and racist in its own right, and trying to make white people this evil, bad group of people when they're not. And I just recently talked to a person about this type of stuff, and I don't really like the way that this person wants to deem as having reparations or wanting reparations and not paying back people because they feel entitled to something that they should not feel entitled to. It's asinine to think this way, and to honestly think that the reality comes to that we have to come and think this is stupid. So yeah, all right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care. And white people and all races involved, don't follow what this man says because it's complete lunacy, complete asinine, and you deserve better than that. You deserve more respect. Take care.